Meaning of the movie. Author Orpheus. For reading for minutes. Published 10.09. 2019 updated 16.10. 2019. The most famous and definitely one-of-a-kind movie, The Green Mile, is an adaptation of the novel of the same name by the American king of horror, Stephen King. This movie has a hidden philosophical meaning, which not everyone will be able to find, but about everything in order. So, what is the movie Green Soap about and what is its meaning? What is the movie The Green Mile about? The entire narrative, both in the movie and in the original book, is told on behalf of a prison warden who has had a difficult life ordeal that has jeopardized his career, family happiness, and moral values and beliefs. Paul, which is the name of our narrator, is charged with the responsible supervision of prisoners sentenced to death in the electric chair. The book's mysterious and enigmatic title comes from a small detail of the plot: the floor of the corridor where the prisoners are led directly to their execution is painted green, and the fellow warders have agreed among themselves to call this place the Green Mile. In this movie, people's personalities are presented in absolutely different ways, and each person is literally a kind of collective image of a certain kind of people, due to which the feeling of book illustration of characters with their brightness and uniqueness is created. Take even the main character of both the book and the movie, John Coffey, an incredible, completely inhuman-sized dark-skinned man with the frank character of a child, which makes it quite difficult for all the keepers to believe in the truthfulness of the accusation of the prisoner. Later it turns out that this huge weirdo is not such a simple accused. His huge hands are endowed with a strange supernatural power that can heal any ailment and even bring back to life a poor mouse, which Coffey successfully managed to do during his time on the Green Mile. But the nuance of this magic power of John is the place where all the absorbed illness and all the exorbitant pain goes. It is absorbed by the healer himself. For all his relatively short life, Coffey had time to see the sea of evil, pain, resentment, hatred and other vices of life, and half of it absorbed into himself to heal others. Being unable to cope with such a heavy burden, the giant agrees with his false verdict, although even the caretakers tried to persuade him to escape and were ready to help him in this. The outcome of the picture is that Paul and the rest of his colleagues, literally through tears, having overpowered themselves, execute an innocent, execute a falsely convicted savior and healer, a true do-gooder. The meaning of the movie The Green Mile. If someone starts to argue that this book and this movie are just another mysterious and full of mysticism story from King, you can safely call your opponent to a debate, because we have a bunch of arguments in opposition to this opinion. Both the book and the movie have a hidden, and quite deep, philosophical meaning, which is not so easy to understand. The author's goal was to reveal the true side of the state, the official law on paper, which is often not so fair. Ordinary citizens feel safe in the presence of just, alas, we do not live in a utopia, the law and real justice. In those times, 1990s, there was a very fierce and heated discussion about the necessity and importance of the death penalty. The author is obviously not entirely sympathetic to this kind of punishment, demonstrating its absurdity and naive justice through the involvement of ordinary citizens in the execution. The procedure of deadening takes place in the public domain with the very real spectators. The idea was to show an equal end for both executioners and death row inmates. The law is not a guarantee of justice, which is why false accusations are often made, as in our case, and the most honest, kind and eager to help others are punished in the cruelest way for literally nothing. Those who, perhaps, outwardly fully instill fear in others, cause panic and exude an appearance of threat, in fact turn out to be the only ray of light, warmth and kindness, in the dark corner of an unjust life. The absurdity of the work of the law system was to be the key message of the whole work, and let's congratulate director Frank Darabont. And writer Stephen King, because the idea was realized to the fullest extent and in all manifestations. This historically famous picture was a turning point in society and has certainly left its indelible mark. Admin.